The moment the avoidant realizes you were their person. And it's already too late. It hits him in the most ordinary moment. He's not crying, he's not drunk, he's not scrolling through old photos at midnight like the movies show. He's just standing in line at a coffee shop, Tuesday afternoon, gray hoodie, headphones in, ordering the same thing he always orders, and then a woman 2 people ahead of him laughs, just laughs, not even loudly, and something in that laugh, the pitch, the rhythm, the way it cuts off at the end, sounds exactly like you, and his whole body freezes, coffee in hand, feet won't move, eyes locked on nothing, and the thoughts start. Wait, was that? No. Why does my chest feel like that? Why am I thinking about her right now? Oh God, oh no, it was her. That's the moment, bro. That's the exact second the avoidant man realizes the woman he pushed away wasn't just a chapter, she was the whole damn book. And the worst part? He realizes it standing in a coffee shop on a Tuesday, 6 months too late, with no way to undo what he did. Most guys think the avoidant figures it out the night of the breakup, or the week after, or when he sees her with someone new. Wrong. The realization doesn't come when it's loud. It comes when it's quiet, when his guard is down, when life is normal. That's when the truth ambushes him. You're not crazy for sensing he loved you. You're not delusional for feeling like the connection was real. And you're not weak for still wondering if he ever figured it out. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what that moment looks like inside his head, why it always comes too late, and what it really means about who you were to him. Let's get into it. The mindset reframe. Most guys believe an avoidant just doesn't feel things as deeply as everyone else. But the real truth is the opposite. He feels everything, twice as hard, with half the tools to handle it. See, an avoidant didn't choose to be cold. He learned it. Somewhere early in his life, closeness got linked to pain, abandonment, criticism, suffocation, something, and his nervous system built a wall to survive. That wall doesn't care if you're safe. It doesn't care if you're the one. It activates the second emotions get too real. So when he was with you, his body was running 2 programs at once. One program said, "This woman feels like home." The other program said, "Home is dangerous." And the second program always wins in real time. But here's what changes everything. The wall only works while you're in front of him. The moment you're gone, really gone, not coming back, not waiting, not texting, the wall has nothing to defend against. And slowly, sometimes over weeks, sometimes over months, that wall starts to crack. Not in a dramatic way, in small moments, a song, a smell, a laugh in a coffee shop. And that's when she, meaning the real version of you that lived inside him the whole time, finally surfaces. His brain whispers, something about her was different. His gut says, I think I just lost the one. Her energy, the version of you he carried, hits him all at once. And here's the cruelest part of avoidant psychology. He can't feel you fully until you're unreachable. Distance is the only frequency his nervous system can hear love on. And by the time he tunes in, you're already living a life he's no longer part of. Now let me show you the 7 exact moments the realization actually hits him, and why every single one of them lands too late. The laugh in the crowd. Most guys think it'll be a photo or a memory that triggers it. It's not. It's a stranger's laugh. A laugh that sounds 5% like yours. And it stops him mid-step. Here's the part nobody talks about. The avoidant brain stores you in fragments. A laugh, a phrase, the way you said okay when you weren't actually okay. And those fragments get triggered by the world, not by him. He doesn't choose when you come back. The world ambushes him with you. Wrong move he makes. He shakes it off and tells himself, I'm just tired. Right move he never makes. He admits to himself, I still feel her. And in that moment, her gut would be saying, wait, I think I just lost something I won't replace. That's the first crack in the wall, and he doesn't even know it cracked. The empty seat next to him. Most guys assume an avoidant loves being alone. He used to. That's the trick. Solitude was his oxygen. Until you. Then solitude became the seat where you used to sit, the side of the bed that's now too cold, the passenger window with no one looking out of it. And here's where it gets interesting. Avoidants don't miss people. They miss the version of themselves that existed around that person. He doesn't just miss you. He misses who he was when you were there. Calmer, softer, more him. Wrong move. He fills the empty seat with anyone. Friends, dates, noise. Right move he rarely makes. He sits in the empty seat and lets himself feel why it's empty. Her brain in that moment is whispering, "She made me feel like I didn't have to perform, and I haven't felt that since." That's not loneliness. That's withdrawal. The comparison he can't stop making. Most guys move on by finding someone new. The avoidant tries to, and that's when it really hits him. Not at the breakup. Not at 3 a.m. Not even at her wedding photos. It hits him on a date with a woman who's objectively great, pretty, kind, interested, and his chest feels nothing, and his brain, against his will, starts running comparisons. The way you tilted your head, the way you fought, the way you forgave. This isn't a casual thought. This isn't a once-a-week flicker. This is a constant, quiet, relentless audit running in the background of every interaction, and every woman keeps losing. Wrong move? He forces himself to keep dating to prove he's fine. Right move he never makes? He stops, sits alone, and asks, why does no one feel like her? And his brain, finally honest, answers, because no one is. That's the moment the wall takes its second hit. The sentence he wants to take back. Most guys regret what they did. The avoidant regrets what he said. Specifically, the one sentence. You know the one. The, I just need space. The, I don't think I can give you what you need. The, maybe we want different things. The lie he told to protect his nervous system that he now realizes cost him his life. Not a fight he regrets. Not a missed birthday. Not a forgotten anniversary. But one specific sentence delivered in one specific tone on one specific night that he can recite word for word years later. And here's the thing. He'll lie awake replaying it, editing it, rewriting it, imagining the version of him that didn't say it. And every time he replays it, he feels the door close again. Except this time, he sees you on the other side of it, walking away for real. Wrong move. He tells himself, she would have left anyway. Right move, he almost never makes. He texts you the truth. I said the wrong thing that night and I've never stopped knowing it. In her mind, that one message would land like, okay, so it was real. But he doesn't send it. Because sending it means admitting he was the architect of his own loss. The day he sees you happy without him. This is the one most guys completely miss. The avoidant doesn't break when he sees you sad. Sad confirms his story. She needed me too much, that's why I had to leave. He breaks when he sees you happy. Genuinely, calmly, glowingly happy. Without him. Maybe it's a photo. Maybe it's a mutual friend mentioning you in passing. Maybe it's just a glimpse across a parking lot. And the look on your face, peaceful, settled, alive, does something to him that no argument ever could. Because here's what changes everything. His ego survived on one belief. I left because she wasn't the one. Your happiness without him destroys that belief in a single second. Because if you can be that whole, that radiant, that you, without him, then maybe the problem was never you. Maybe the problem was him flinching from the best thing he ever had. Wrong move. He tells himself, good for her, and scrolls past. Right move he never makes. He admits, she's better off, and that means I lost something I won't get back. Her brain in that moment goes quiet, and her gut says she became the version of herself he never let her be, with him. That's the moment the wall doesn't just crack, it collapses. The moment he needs you and you're not there. Most guys think they need a partner during the good times. Avoidants only realize they needed one during the bad. It's the night something goes wrong. A parent gets sick, he loses the job. The world cracks open in some small, ugly way, and his hand reaches for the phone, for you, before his brain catches up. And then he remembers. You're not there. Not because you're far away, because he made sure you wouldn't be. Not anger, not grief, not regret in the dramatic sense, but a quiet, gut-deep recognition that the one person who would have actually held him through this is the one person he taught not to. His brain at that moment says, I was the safest place I had, and I burned it down with my own hands. Wrong move. He handles it alone like he always did. Right move he never makes. He calls you anyway, even just to hear your voice, even knowing he has no right. That's the silence that teaches him what love actually was. The coffee shop moment, when he finally knows, and here's the one, the big one. The realization the whole video is named after. It's not a breakdown, it's not poetic, it's not cinematic. It's a Tuesday. It's a coffee shop. It's a stranger's laugh. And every fragment, the empty seat, the comparison, the sentence he can't take back, your happiness without him, the night he needed you. All of it lands at once, in 1 second, in his chest. And the truth he's been hiding from himself for months, sometimes years, finally surfaces in one clean, undeniable thought. She was my person, and I knew it the whole time. Not one of my people, not someone I cared about. His person, the one his nervous system had been waiting his whole life to recognize. And he recognized her, and ran. But here's the thing, by the time he has this thought, he already knows it's too late. You're not waiting, you're not refreshing his name in your phone. You're not the same woman he left. You've grown past the version of you that needed him to choose you, and he can feel that, even from a distance. Her gut, if she could hear him, would say, I knew. I always knew. I just needed him to know too. He stands there in that coffee shop, coffee getting cold, headphones still in, and for the first time in his life, he understands what love actually was, and what it cost him to run from it. The close. So here's what I need you to take from this. Real talk. This video isn't about whether he comes back. It's not about whether he ever sends the text. It's not about whether he stands outside your door in the rain like the movies promised. This is about you finally understanding that the silence you've been decoding all this time wasn't a measure of your worth. It was a measure of his readiness. And those are not the same thing. They were never the same thing. You weren't too much. You weren't not enough. You were exactly right. For a man who hadn't yet become the version of himself that could hold what you were offering. You don't have to wait for his coffee shop moment to validate yours. You already know what was real. You already lived it. And the most grounded, magnetic, settled thing you can do now is let him have his realization on his own time, while you keep becoming the woman who no longer needs it. Because here's the line I want you to sit with tonight. He didn't lose you the day you left. He lost you the day he chose his wall over your love, and every day since has just been him slowly finding out. If this hits something real in you, do yourself a favor and watch the video I'm dropping next on screen. What an avoidant actually does when he realizes he lost the one and why he still won't reach out. Because once you understand the moment he finally knows, you need to know exactly what he does with that knowing, and why even then, the silence usually wins. I'll see you in the next one.